The Narcissist Baiting. I'm Elizabeth Shaw. Welcome to the channel, which is all about the narcissistic personality disorder, to give you more understanding of what you might have been through or what you are going through within your life, how to handle those you cannot go no contact with, and ways to recover from narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information on the channel helpful, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get updated when videos are released. They are usually out on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday, so you can always just check in as and when you're in the right frame of mind to do so. So this video is about how the narcissist baits you. And as in the quote within the video, our loyalty, and often it's unwitting because we can't even see what's happening while we're in the situation. So our loyalty ends up keeping us trapped with a narcissist, even though our instincts are there saying something's not quite right here. But because we cannot see what's not quite right, and because we have their manipulative words, we stay trapped within a relationship that just isn't healthy for us. In the dictionary, bait means to intentionally make someone angry by saying or doing things to annoy them or taunt them deliberately. To hook, trap or entice someone and getting someone to do what you want them to do. One of the characteristics that would put someone on the spectrum of the disorder is arrogance and dominance. The narcissist feels entitled, which is another characteristic of the disorder, to have control over others. And with their lack of empathy, another part of the disorder, they give little thought to others' opinions or feelings. They will take advantage of those around them and they will exploit people to get their own needs met, as they want the power, the dominance over those around them. They want to control and they want to win. A narcissist uses many manipulative mind games and many manipulative tactics to take control of our lives. Many people class baiting as something a narcissist will do when you put up a boundary, but baiting can happen at any point within a relationship with a narcissist, and it can happen with narcissistic friends, family, partners, parents, a boss, whoever the narcissist is or was in your life. Baiting is used by a narcissist to provoke an emotional response from us so that they can have the power over our emotions and ultimately over our thinking, so that they can further their control over us. The saying "there's plenty more fish in the sea" is more sinister from a narcissist's point of view, as they are like the fishermen, sat trying different baits or on a hook, trying to see who will take the bait, waiting for the right fish to bite. A narcissist hangs out in all the right places, on and offline. They collect data on people. They mirror them to see if they can find their catch of the week, the month or the year. They hook people in the idolization stage. They bait people in the devaluation stage and the discard stage. And they hook and bait people in the hoover stage. Unfortunately, we are nothing more than an appliance to them. Narcissists use people how people use an appliance. Where we might get a new phone, we like to spend time learning about how it works. Then we drain the power, we charge it back up just to drain it all over again. We pick up the phone when we need it, we put down the phone when we don't need it. If we break the screen, we go and get the screen fixed if we still need to use that phone, or we might put it to one side and go and buy a new phone or put the old phone in the recycle. We might try to go back to an old phone if the original isn't working how we'd expect it to. We might take an old one apart, broken one apart to fix a new phone, and that's how narcissistic people use people. Baiting is used to make people feel scared, guilty, responsible, anxious, even hopeful, which makes it easy for the narcissist to manipulate them further. If the narcissist is grandiose, vulnerable, malignant, covert, overt, somatic, cerebral, or any other of the personality types along the spectrum, they rule through love or through fear. They control by making those around them have fear and anxiety or guilt and take the blame, feel responsible for the narcissist behaviour, or afraid of the narcissist behaviour, or both, depending on the person, the narcissist that you are dealing with. Learning their bait helps us to recognise their manipulative behaviour, see what game they're playing, and stand firm on our boundaries. We can retreat, rethink, and only respond if we need to do so. We can often see which baiting tactic they'll use next. So, some examples of a narcissist baiting. Intimidation. The main reason a narcissist uses intimidation is so that you fear them, meaning you will conform to their demands out of fear. They also use it to manipulate you and to cause you more confusion within your mind with subtle threats. They make you wonder if it's a real threat or if they're messing around, if they will act on this threat or if they will leave it be. They do this on purpose to lay the bait, so you are worried about the threat, but at the same time, you don't want to make a fuss, or you fear if you speak out to other people, they might not believe you, they might think you're overreacting, as the narcissist will tell you and others that you're too sensitive, you're overreacting, or things like you're imagining things. Intrigue. The narcissist will offer little bits of information, like laying the cheese in the mousetrap. The narcissist is the trap, the cheese, the bait, and us the unwitting target. Humans are naturally curious, part of how we grow and learn. They'll give us half a story, they'll give us vague information, so that we go looking for more. And when we find what our instincts already knew, they deny, even with evidence in front of them. Or they'll shift the blame so that we question ourselves. They'll project their thoughts onto us. A snide remark, especially in front of other people who wouldn't understand that remark but would see our reactions. So when we react, as the narcissist triggers our defense mechanism, or a sarcastic comment about a weakness or a vulnerability, because they've learned everything about us as they've mirrored us in the idealization stage. So they know all our weaknesses and vulnerabilities to use against us to get those reactions. And it triggers us to defend ourselves, or it can trigger our anxiety and our self-doubts. They will use threats of, I'm going to tell your boss, mum, sister, what I know about you, like a toddler in an adult's body. What they're really saying is, if I don't get my own way, I'm going to tell people things about you that you don't want them to know about, even if I have to make stuff up about you so that you suffer and I feel smug, or you'll do as I say and I still win and feel smug. Triangulation. This is another form of a narcissist's manipulation of those around them, and this is where they will act as a messenger between two people. They will twist things, they will lie, they will exaggerate to all the people involved. No one is excluded from this. They will triangulate work colleagues, friends, siblings, children, partners, parents, and professionals. They are laying the bait to trick you into mistrusting those around you, to isolate you from support, so that you question the motives of those around you, and often end up going back to the narcissist for the reality check, who feeds you a false reality. They do this not only to make you question those around you, but also to feel guilty, to coercive control you into doing something that you wouldn't normally do by telling you things like, my ex would, the ex that they left anyway. So they break down your boundaries and get you to do stuff to keep them that they leave people for anyway. To make you feel sorry for them and to help them achieve something, to get one over on someone, to drive a wedge between people, to gain supporters, enablers and fly monkeys for the narcissist by playing people off against each other to divide and conquer to get control. Through triangulation, they get others to doubt each other, to fight each other over the narcissist. They gaslight people into questioning themselves and shatter people's self-worth. When they triangulate, people often don't even know what's even happening, and most of the time, neither party knows the truth, and the jury's out on whether the narcissist knows the truth half the time, because they just twist it and twist it and twist it to the story that they want to tell. Victim. They will bait you with a lie on how they are the victim, so you feel guilty and support them. A narcissist cannot accept themselves for who they indeed are, and they believe they are superior and above and better than all others. They are either unwilling or unable to see faults within themselves, so they will make their own reality and do their best to make sure those around them believe them. They convince themselves that their reality is fact. They will claim they need your help or support. They bait you into feeling guilty for not being there for them. A narcissist will happily play the victim. Guilt tripping. They will bait you by using your empathy against you, as above with the fact that they can play the victim so well and use the false narrative of how they or someone close to them is ill and how they really need your help or they really need your support. They really need your help to help them change into the person they want to be because they know they can be a better person, often in the Hoover stages. But still, parents also do this, guilt-tripping children into taking care of the parent, even though the child had an abusive childhood at the hands of that parent. We feel guilt. We then do things we wouldn't normally do, breaking down our boundaries, and we don't even see it's happening. False hope. A narcissist will lay the bait in the idealization stage when they mirror you and offer to make a promise of a great future with you, deliver your dreams, to give you the hope. Then when they devalue, that false hope is one of the many reasons we can stay trapped within a toxic relationship. They also gather information about you when they are mirroring you to get all the information about you, so they can use your vulnerabilities and your weaknesses against you to bait you further in the relationship. Invalidation. This is when your thoughts, feelings, opinions, weight, shape, job, relationships, it can be as severe as everything about who you are and what you do is rejected, ignored, criticised and judged by the narcissist. They invalidate with many manipulative tactics. They use your weaknesses against you. So if you feel overweight, they'll make subtle remarks. The covert narcissist. Should you be eating that? Or I did you a favour eating your last chocolate. Slowly over time, making those sly digs at you, or more obvious ways, the overt narcissist. You need to diet. You look fat in that. Or through triangulation. Your friend said you'd gained weight, but I think you look okay-ish. So they're like kind of making themselves out that they're happy, but with the okay-ish at the end to make you doubt yourself. They will use children. They will use anything from your past. Whatever they know will hurt your feelings, they'll attack through more manipulative words. They even put down those people that you care about the most. They go after the things you care about the most. A narcissist will go after the things you care about the most, as these are the things you'll most passionately defend. You can then become angry, scream, shout, cry, and the narcissist will step back with that smirk on their face, knowing that they've got to you. The whole "I knew something was wrong when you sat and watched me cry over the pain you had caused with a glint in your eye, no apology, yet still I stayed to help you destroy me." And at this point, this is when a narcissist will gaslight you with "you're crazy" or "you have mental issues." We then feel bad for reacting, which our reactions are perfectly normal when they are chipping away at you like that. And they'll gaslight us with things like "you're too sensitive," so we end up doubting and blaming ourselves. Provoking. A narcissist will provoke you to get a reaction from you just so they can blame it all on you. From our reactions, which are perfectly understandable given the situation we are in, we often then believe everything is our fault. The narcissist will only ever tell their side of the story that they want others to know in the smear campaign against you. The one where they miss out everything they did, the one with only our reactions, where we looked bad, what we did to them, what we said to them. They'll not tell people the lead up to what happened. They'll not tell people how they baited us. It's just further manipulation for the narcissist to play the woe is me victim to those around them and make you feel like you're in the wrong and need to apologise to them. Abusers love the reactive abusers. This is proof within their minds that the person who reacted is unstable and crazy, that the one who's reacted is mentally ill. They will use it against you for years to come. Narcissistic people rewrite their own history. They change the stories they tell themselves. They are never accountable. They say so many lies. They often believe their own lies in reality, and they will use reactive abuse against people for years to come. False accusations. They will bait you with accusations by accusing you of actions, thoughts or feelings that you don't even have. The classic, they will sit there and flirt with someone, and if you bring it up, they will tell you you're jealous. When you're not even jealous, it's not even about jealousy, it's about common respect and dignity and thought and caring for someone. And you know that they've done something. They could be hiding something from you, but part of that intrigue and provoking to cause that reactive abuse, so they can be hiding something from you. You know they've done something, but they will accuse you of being insecure or jealous, so they can blame you for the things they do. This is the type of bait which is used because all too often we instinctively want to defend ourselves, justify ourselves, correct false information, or deny things that we do not feel or have not done. With those able to communicate, this works well. With a narcissist, we are the ones left feeling worse. We are left feeling like we've done something wrong, and the original question we might have asked is wholly forgotten, or the initial conversation somehow got twisted onto us. So if we suspect they've done something and we ask them about it and they tell us that we're too hung up on our past or we're insecure, we then end up focusing on the fact that we're hung up on the past or we're insecure and not what they have actually done. The silent treatment to bait us into behaving exactly how they want us to behave and doing exactly the things that they want us to do to further their control over us. They can do this after we've been out with friends or to meet family, for example. They didn't want us to go to punish us so that the next time we think twice. They silent treatment us so that we tiptoe on eggshells around them to avoid the psychological pain of the silence from them. So next time our friends invite us out, we think twice about going because we don't want that psychological pain of the silent treatment from the narcissist. We're careful in the way we ask them if it's okay if we go out. We can spend months building up to a family occasion, trying to let them know that there's a family occasion coming up that we've been invited to, because we know that as they're not the centre of attention, they will destroy that special occasion somehow, in some way. They do these things so that we chase after them, so that we make it up to them, so that we walk on eggshells around them, so that we beg them, so that we give them attention. They use the silent treatment to get their own way. They ruin special occasions to get their own way. The silent treatment is another form of psychological manipulation the narcissist uses against others. It's another form of emotional abuse to keep power and control over us, to avoid taking accountability for something they have done, or to stop us doing things, to avoid responsibility for their own actions, to maintain their power and dominance over us. It's used to punish us for something that we have or haven't even done. They believe that we are beneath them, and they want us to conform to their demands. The smear campaign. The smear campaign is the narcissist protection, as they lie to others about what we've been doing to them, which indeed is most often precisely what they did to us. The smear campaign is when a narcissist wants to destroy you any way they can. When they can no longer control you, they will try to control how others see you. This is to bait you into still playing their games, defending yourself to them and to others. They will do their best to get you to react in front of others, to back up their lies that they are telling about you. The best defence in a smear campaign, as difficult as it can be, is just don't play. So how do you handle a narcissist baiting? It's so easy to react and to want to defend ourselves. It's incredibly easy to overlook their toxic behaviour, make excuses for their toxic behaviour, especially when we are the ones left saying, they're not that bad, it doesn't happen that often. It was my fault because they're my parents. It's my best friend, I grew up with them. Who would employ me? What about the children? And these are often limiting beliefs that keep us locked in a relationship we should not be in. These are lies the narcissist will feed us when we have to say it doesn't happen that often. What we should be saying is that shouldn't happen at all. Even when out of the relationship, we want to stand up for ourselves, let them know who they are in the hope that they'll change into the person we want them to be, which even if they could change, that person that they sold us in the idolization stage, that person when they mirror us, is an illusion. Who they are is the person who lies, cheats, lets us down and hurts us. We have to remember they have a disorder. The more we react, the more we give them attention. The more we give in to their demands, the more control they have over our minds. And the more it reinforces to the narcissist that they are superior, they are entitled to treat us how they want, and they are in control. We can retreat, we can rethink and become more mindful of seeing their games for what they are, and then only respond if we really need to do so. Do not take what they say or do personally. Their opinions of you are not for you. When you're being baited, they want your reactions. When they keep coming after you with game after game after game, you must practice self-care and you must look after yourself, as they are energy draining. It it can, as you possibly already know, negatively affect your mental and physical health. Also, have people to talk to that understand the unbelievable yet believable, because it is happening. It does happen. People understand it. People have lived it. Behaviour of a narcissist. If anyone else has any advice, please do add it into the comments. I shall add the links into the description on where you can find me on social media for more information. I shall add the links to the courses that I have available, and I'll add the videos to the 9 characteristics, because people do have to be diagnosed by a professional to have the disorder. They would need to have at least 5 of the 9 characteristics. So sometimes you can just be dealing with a toxic person, but either way, you have to put your safety first. I'll put the video on reactive abuse to explain more about that, and a video on the word salad, because a lot of the times having a conversation with a narcissist, they use the word salad so well that we are the ones that end up drained and confused. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.